Once upon a time, in a land not too far from here, lived a young man named Jake. Jake was not unlike others in his town, an everyman in every sense. This was a small town where everyone knew each other, where children cheerfully played in the parks on warm sunny days, and where the community would gather for potluck dinners on Sunday afternoons. They all knew Jake as a hard-working, diligent man who devoted himself to his job at the local factory with a diligence that was admirable. Jake, you see, was an average Joe. He was a picture of the millions of industrious individuals who make up the vast workforce of this great land. Like of his peers, he earned a decent wage, enough to keep his modest home, feed his old dog Sparky, and occasionally enjoy a pint at the local pub with his buddies. He was content, believing this was as good as life gets. However, despite his hard work and decent wage, Jake found himself living paycheck to paycheck. Each month was a struggle to stretch his income to cover his bills, his rent, and his everyday expenses. He never seemed to have money left over for the pleasures in life. A holiday, a new bicycle, or even a fancier dinner on his birthday. This was a puzzle to him, a riddle he couldn't solve. He was earning a decent wage, why then was there always more month at the end of his money? One day, as he sat staring at his dwindling bank account balance, why am I always running out of money? This question echoed in his mind, a constant refrain, troubling him, haunting his thoughts. He pondered on this, turning the question over and over in his mind as he searched for the answer. It was during one such pondering session, in the quiet solitude of his small backyard, under the canopy of the starlit sky, that a revelation hit Jake like a bolt of lightning. He had an epiphany, a moment of clarity amidst the chaos of his financial worries. It was then that Jake realized had no financial goals. He had been living his life without aim, without a plan, like a boat adrift at sea. He had been letting the currents of life carry him along, instead of steering his own course. As the truth of his situation dawned upon him, Jake resolved to change his circumstances. He decided to set financial goals, to plan for his future, to take control of his financial destiny. It was then that Jake realized he had no financial goals. Just like Jake, many of us find ourselves in a similar predicament. It's an all too familiar scenario, isn't it? We wake up each day, put on our working gear, and head out into the world. We work hard. Some of us even work long hours to earn that paycheck at the end of the month. It's a cycle that's as predictable as the rising and setting of the sun, the constant earning and spending that defines our lives. We do so with the hope that we're moving closer to our dreams, to our aspirations. For some, it's that dream home. For others, it's providing a secure future for their loved ones. Yet for it's the hope of finally breaking free from the shackles of financial insecurity and achieving monetary independence. But when night falls and we're left alone with our thoughts, a nagging question often emerges. Where did it all go? We look at our bank accounts, our wallets, and we're left puzzled. Despite all the hours we put in, all the sweat, all the sacrifices, our financial situation seems to be stuck in a constant state of flux. Or even worse, it seems to be moving backward. All the financial advice we receive seem to make things even more complicated. The different investment options, the various savings plans, the diverse insurance products, it all seems like a complex maze that's difficult to navigate. So, what's the solution to this financial that we're all entangled in? How do we step out of this vicious cycle of earning and spending to finally achieve financial stability and earn our ticket to financial freedom? The answer lies in setting clear strategic financial goals. It's the compass that will guide us through the financial wilderness. By setting clear goals, we can track our progress, make informed decisions, and ensure we're moving in the right direction. The solution? Setting clear, strategic financial goals. World-renowned financial expert Robert Kiyosaki once said, "Financial freedom is available to those who learn about it and work for it." This quote holds an enormous depth of wisdom in its brevity. It helps us understand the importance of financial literacy and its direct correlation to financial freedom. In this light, let us dissect this profound statement and delve deeper. When Robert Kiyosaki mentions learning, he is referring to the knowledge of financial management. A proper understanding of investments, savings, income generation, and debt management is essential. It's about comprehending the intricacies of the financial world, absorbing the mechanisms of the stock market, understanding the volatility of currencies, the impact of global events on the economy, and much more. The goal isn't just to accumulate wealth, but to manage and grow it wisely. This is where the term "work for it" comes into play. Working for financial freedom is not about clocking in hours at a traditional job. It means money work for you, investing wisely, and making sound financial decisions. It implies staying disciplined with spending habits, developing a constant curiosity to learn about new financial opportunities, and being resilient in times of economic downturns. This journey requires planning. It requires defining clear financial objectives and envisioning the path towards them. It involves setting short-term and long-term financial goals and meticulously mapping out strategies to reach them. It also necessitates discipline, the kind that encourages saving before spending, investing before indulging, and planning before plunging. It also involves having a clear understanding of your financial objectives. These could range from building a retirement corpus to creating a college fund for your child, buying a house, or simply ensuring a comfortable lifestyle. Once you have a clear view of your financial goals, only then can you plan a route to get there. In other words, financial success doesn't happen by accident. It requires planning, discipline, and a clear understanding of your financial objectives. So how can you start setting your own financial goals? Well, the journey begins with understanding your present financial situation, a critical first step in this process. You must carry an in-depth analysis of your current financial standing. This includes assessing your monthly income, expenditure, and the amount you manage to save or invest after meeting all your expenses. It's essential to get a firm grip on your financial status, as it paves the way for a clearer vision of your current financial landscape. To do this, take a step back and examine every aspect of your financial life. Look at your paychecks, bills, credit card statements, and bank account balances. Take into account your investments and debt. Are you making enough money to cover your expenses and still save? Or are you living paycheck to paycheck? Are you overwhelmed with debt? Or you're comfortably in the black? This comprehensive assessment gives you a realistic picture of where you stand financially. Once you've understood your financial situation, the next step is to map out your future goals. Where do you see yourself in the future? What do you want to achieve financially? Is it amassing a down payment for a house? Maybe it's dreaming of a lavish vacation or gathering funds for a secure retirement. Identifying your goals is crucial, as it gives your financial journey a definitive direction. Now that we have defined our goals, we must break them down into more manageable bits. Categorize them into short-term, medium-term, and long-term goals. Short-term goals are those you plan to achieve in the next 1 to 2 years, like saving for a vacation. Medium-term goals are those you want to achieve in the next 3 to 5 years, such as buying a car or paying off a specific debt. Long-term goals are those we aim to achieve in 5 years or more, like saving for retirement or paying off a mortgage. This way, you can focus on each goal separately, thereby reducing the overall burden. Warren Buffett, one of the most successful investors of all time, advises, "Do not save what is left after spending. Instead, spend what is left after saving." This brings us to the point of creating a realistic and sensible budget that allows you to save. Budgeting involves determining your income and setting your expenses, savings, and investments accordingly. Developing a budget will not only help you manage your money better, but also ensure you're saving enough for your future goals. Monitoring your progress is equally important. Constant tracking of your financial situation keeps you motivated and self-aware. It allows you to make necessary adjustments in your financial plans to stay on the right track. It's not uncommon to face setbacks, but what's important is to not get discouraged. Instead, reevaluate your strategy and make the necessary changes. Finally, not hesitate to seek professional advice if needed. Sometimes an outside perspective can provide invaluable insights into effectively managing your finances. They can offer expert advice, draw a suitable financial plan, and even help you get back on track if you've strayed. Remember, managing personal finances can be complex, and it's okay to ask for help. Finally, seek professional advice if needed. Sometimes an outside perspective can provide invaluable insights into managing your finances effectively. In the grand scheme of things, setting financial goals is akin to plotting a destination on your GPS. It's like entering a destination into your navigational device, expecting it to guide you through the twists and turns of the road, all the while keeping you pointed in the right direction. Without it, you could compare your journey to one of an aimless wanderer. You're merely driving around, no specific purpose or endpoint in sight. You're not only wasting precious fuel, which in this scenario symbolizes your valuable resources, but also your time, the one thing you cannot take back or replenish. Let's elaborate this further. Envision yourself on an open road with no map or any hint of where you might end up. You're using up your resources, burning through your fuel, and it's starting to feel hopeless. You're wasting precious hours, minutes and seconds that could be spent productively working towards a defined objective. You're left feeling lost and directionless, a feeling nobody enjoys. It's an inefficient and impractical way to navigate the world, you agree? But with a clear set of financial goals, it's a different story altogether. You're no longer just wandering. You're moving with purpose, with a clear vision of where you want to end up. You're on a calculated, well-planned journey, a journey that aims to maximize your resources and time, a journey that is efficient and purposeful, a journey that sets you on a clear path towards a specific destination, financial freedom. Be like Jake and seize control of your financial destiny today. Set your financial goals and marvel at the transformation it brings about in your life. Understand, it's not about the amount you earn that matters most, but rather how much you manage to. Additionally, it's about how effectively you make your wealth work for you. This calls for smart investing and financial planning. It's crucial to remember that the reins of your financial future are firmly in your make every decision matter and every move count. Remember, your financial destiny is in your hands. Make it count.